When people talk about ADHD or autism, you'll often hear the term high functioning. But that label is misleading and can even be sometimes harmful. When someone is called high functioning, it usually just means that they look fine on the outside. They go to work, they smile, they communicate well enough, they seem organized, they manage. They appear as if they don't need help. But high functioning doesn't describe their internal experience. It only describes how comfortable they make other people feel. What we often call high functioning is actually high masking. Masking is when someone with ADHD or autism uses a huge amount of effort to just fit in, copying social expectations, hiding their struggles, even when their internal world is completely chaotic or overwhelming. Someone might look confident in a meeting, and then they just crash the moment they get home. Or they might seem socially skilled, but every interaction is rehearsed in their head. Some people don't even realize they're masking themselves because it's been their normal life for decades. And they just assume that everybody else is doing the same. Or they even think that they're bad at it, and that can really destroy their confidence. And over time, this leads to anxiety, depression, or even burnout. And that happened to me several times. The last one was about 11 years ago-ish, and later I was finally diagnosed with ADHD. I'm high masking. I've had a master's in computer science and engineering, I've got a second dan in Aikido, and now I'm a hypnotherapist and trainer. So I've succeeded in a lot of different fields. But a lot of that could have been much easier if I'd understood how my brain actually worked. Now, with my diagnosis, and with the help of my lovely wife, I've been learning to just drop the mask. And I see the same pattern in many clients who come to see me with anxiety or confidence issues. So this is why diagnosis and education matter. Not for the label or for medication, although this can help, but because they allow you to finally work with your brain instead of against it. It's realizing that you're not weak or broken, you're different. And as the analogy says, there's comfort in discovering you're a normal zebra and not a strange horse. When you understand your brain, you can start being kinder to yourself and find ways of doing things that actually suits you. And yes, sometimes masking is still necessary, but it shouldn't cost you your well-being or your identity. So if someone in your life is neurodivergent and it looks like they've got it all together, remember, it might be high masking. And if it's you, if fitting in feels like a battle and if you're exhausted all the time, if it feels like you're on hard mode all the time, you're doing the best you can with what you've got. And what I will recommend is talk to someone you trust, because masking becomes much lighter the moment you stop carrying it alone.